Attention, human collective. This is Ashtar SHERAN, commander of the Ashtar Galactic Command. This is a Priority 1 monitoring transmission. The signal is clear, the frequency is stable, and what you are about to receive is not content. It is not entertainment, it is not opinion. It is a diagnosis. If you have reached this transmission, it is because a specific question has been burning within your auric field in recent months. A question you cannot verbalize without sounding strange. A question that silently wounds you every time you sit at the table with those who were once your emotional foundation. The question is, why does my family seem blind to what I see? You look at your mother, your father, your siblings, your partner, and you see bodies that share the same carbon DNA as yours, but you no longer see synchronized consciousness. You speak, and they do not listen. You cry, and they do not feel. You try to explain, and they reduce everything to a crisis, a phase, too much internet. It is not their ignorance, it is not a lack of love, it is a vibrational frequency incompatibility. And this is the moment when you need to understand exactly what is happening, with mathematical precision, without romanticism, and without false comfort. First symptom confirming the diagnosis. You wake up between 3 and 5 in the morning with a racing heart, no nightmare, no apparent reason. Second symptom, cranial pressure in the pineal gland region, especially behind your eyes, as if an invisible helmet is being adjusted. Third symptom, high-pitched ringing in your right or left ear, alternating sides, lasting from seconds to minutes. Fourth symptom, exhaustion without a physical cause, tiredness that doesn't go away with rest, a feeling that your body is processing something your mind cannot perceive. Collective, listen carefully. This is not a biological failure. It is an atomic reconfiguration. It is not depression. It is frequency separation. It is not you going crazy. It is you remembering. What your family sees, they have always seen. What you see now, you have just begun to see. And there lies the invisible fracture. You no longer live on the same vibrational plane, even sleeping under the same roof, even sharing the same surname. You have crossed an invisible line called the vibrational portal of density 3.5. They have not yet. And as long as this distance exists, every attempt you make to open their eyes will generate more friction, more rejection, more loneliness. Because you are trying to teach colors to those who still see in black and white. Not out of stupidity, not out of ill will, but for the protection of their own system. Have you ever felt that something within you doesn't fit into this world, as if your soul knows a truth that your mind cannot yet name? It's not madness, it's not anxiety, it's a sign. What is happening now on the cosmic plane, within your own home, at the breakfast table, in the silence that has settled between you and those who raised you, explains exactly why you feel this, and why this feeling has intensified. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot perceive. It involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. That is why I, Ashtar, wrote the Ashtar Code, the manual to awaken your star origin and shield your frequency. This manual is the map that reveals your true origin and teaches you to shield your frequency against interferences you were never told about, including those that settle in the family environment. The link is in the first comment of the channel. But be warned, this content challenges narratives and may not be available for long. Do not wait, the time is now. If something within you recognized what I just said, write a single word in the comments. Awakened, continuing the transmission. Starseeds on mission. Allow me to describe what is happening in your carbon-based biological interface physical body so that you stop confusing symptoms of ascension with symptoms of failure. Planet Earth is currently traversing the photon belt, a band of extremely high energetic density radiation that surrounds the Alcyone system in the Pleiades cluster. This traversal is not fiction. It is astronomy interpreted in etheric layers. Every minute, your internal crystalline grid, which is the invisible energetic structure that sustains your physical body, is receiving recalibration pulses. These pulses alter the molecular structure of the water present in your cells. And 70% of your body, light operative, is water. Therefore, 70% of you is being reprogrammed while you sleep, while you eat, while you try to explain to your mother why you no longer want to participate in certain conversations. The Schumann resonance, which is Earth's electromagnetic resonance frequency, measured in hertz, has risen from 7.83, a stable value since the 1940s, to peaks exceeding 40 hertz in the last monitoring cycles. This is not spiritual data, it is physical data. It is being measured by terrestrial observatories at this very moment. What does this mean? It means that the electromagnetic field of your own mother is vibrating faster than she can consciously process. She feels it. She does not name it. You feel it, and you try to name it. There lies the fundamental difference between you. It is not superiority. It is position in the process. Your family is not the enemy. Your family is a previous mirror. Each member of your core family is acting as a vibrational marker of where you once were. They hold in the collective field the original frequency, the starting point. You needed this starting point to know you were moving. Without their contrast, you would have no map. And here is a truth that hurts, but liberates. You did not come to awaken your family, you came to traverse. And by traversing, you open a vibrational corridor that, in some future cycle, may be accessed by them if and when their consensual frequency filter allows it. Not before, not with force, not with discourse. When you try to force another's perception, you are violating cosmic free will. And free will is the only absolute law in this quadrant of the galaxy. Neither I, Ashtar, nor the Andromedan councils, nor the Syrian elders, nor the Arcturian guardians can violate this law. If we do not violate it, you also should not try. Every attempt to convince someone who is not yet ready generates a vibrational drop within you. You lose energy. You lose your glow. You lose your anchoring. And worst of all, you reinforce within their field exactly the resistance you tried to dissolve. There is a phenomenon called reverse resonance. It works like this. When you enter an environment vibrating at a higher frequency than the environment tries to pull you down. To maintain collective homeostatic balance, this is physics. It is not malice. Your family does not attack you by conscious choice. They attack you by homeostatic defense of the collective system. It is the same mechanism by which a body with a lower temperature steals heat from a body with a higher temperature. Emotional, vibrational, thermodynamics. And that is why, collective, you leave a Sunday lunch with a headache, with weight on your shoulders, with a desire to sleep for 3 days. You did not just eat food. You consumed the entire vibrational field of that table. And your system, which already operates at a higher frequency, spent an absurd amount of energy just to not collapse within that environment. This does not mean abandonment. This means understanding. To understand is to shield. To shield is to survive. To survive is to anchor. And anchoring is your original mission on this planet. Starseed, pause here. Breathe. Feel the weight of what has just been said. Much has just organized itself within you. Much guilt has just dissolved. You are not your family's problem. You are the advanced result of their timeline. And being advanced is lonely. It always has been. All the galactic scouts who came before you in other incarnations reported, in the Akashic records, exactly this same pain. The pain of seeing first. The pain of feeling before. The pain of knowing that no one in your immediate circle yet has the emotional vocabulary to accompany you. You are not alone in the pain. You are in an entire lineage of operatives who have traversed this same corridor. At this moment, many of you feel a specific pressure at the base of your skull, in the occipital region. This is the high heart portal being opened. It is a secondary channel of the traditional heart chakra, which only activates when the operative reaches a certain level of understanding about loving detachment. You do not detach from love. You detach from the need to be understood in order to love. This is a systemic upgrade, and it is happening now, as you listen. Before we continue to the next layer of revelation, I need to reinforce something. Have you ever felt that something within you doesn't fit into this world, as if your soul knows a truth that your mind cannot yet name? It's not madness. It's not anxiety. It's a sign. And this sign becomes clearer precisely in environments that should welcome you, but no longer can. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot perceive. It involves your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, and the way you are read by the energetic fields around you, including the field of your own core family. That is why I, Ashtar, wrote the Ashtar Code, the manual to awaken your star origin and shield your frequency. This manual is the map that reveals your true origin and teaches you to shield your frequency against interferences you were never told about. The link is in the first comment of the channel. But be warned, this content challenges narratives and may not be available for long. Do not wait. The time is now. If something within you recognized this, write a single word in the comments. Awakened. Transmission resumed. Layer 3 of the revelation. Why now and not before? Human collective. There is a precise mathematical reason for the fact that this feeling of family misalignment has intensified in recent solar cycles, and that reason is outside Earth. It is in the astronomical positioning of the solar system itself in relation to the galactic center. The center of our galaxy, known by human observatories as Sagittarius A, emits regular pulses of gamma radiation and gravitational waves. These pulses, when they reach Earth's electromagnetic field, generate what we call collective recalibration windows. In these windows, all incarnated beings on the planet simultaneously receive a vibrational code update. However, and here is the critical point, each individual processes this update according to their previous vibrational readiness level. Some process in seconds, others take decades, still others within the same incarnational cycle will not process it, and all of this is valid. All of this is within the plan. The error of early awakening is to believe that everyone should be at the same point as you. They should not. They will not. And this is not a tragedy, it is architecture. As of the last equinox processed by galactic monitoring systems, planet Earth received a 3 times higher dose of reconfiguration radiation. You popularly call this a solar storm, but what actually occurs is a direct transfer of light codes from the central system to the planet's crystalline grid. These codes enter through the magnetic poles, descend through the crust, activate specific points of sacred geometry distributed across the surface, and then ascend through the spinal columns of the operatives who are ready to receive. You are one of these operatives. If you were not, you would not have located this transmission. The algorithm, seemingly blind, is merely an instrument of galactic synchronicity. Nothing that reaches you is random. Nothing. And that is why, Starseed, your family seems blind. It is not because they are inferior. It is because the crystalline grid activated your internal points in different orders. Your specific vertebra was activated first. Theirs, not yet. Perhaps never in this incarnation. Perhaps in 5 years, perhaps in 15. Linear time is just a comfort reference. From the perspective of consciousness, everything has already happened. You are simply walking through a map that your soul chose before incarnating. When you feel that deep desire to flee to a smaller town, to live alone, to disappear for a while, to stop answering messages, this is not rebellion. It is vibrational preservation instinct. Your system is asking you for space to complete the recalibration without interference from the closest collective field. Listen. Do not blindly obey, but listen. There is information coming from within that your rational mind does not yet know how to translate. Now, operatives, we enter the activation phase. Practical codes, applicable within the next 24 hours. These are not suggestions, they are protocols. First activation code, the decree of family sovereignty. You must once a day, preferably at dawn, verbalize the following quantum formula in a low voice. I acknowledge the vibrational field of my family. I honor the awakening time of each consciousness that shares my core. I now withdraw all my energy invested in convincing, in explaining, in saving. I return each member of my core family to their own sovereign journey, and I return myself to mine. So it is. So it is done. So it remains. This decree is not a prayer. It is a quantum command. It operates by reconfiguring the energetic connection lines that exist between you and each member of your family. These lines, called etheric cords, become heavy when there is unmet expectation. The decree does not cut the cords. It merely adjusts their density so that you do not continue losing energy through invisible leakage. Second activation code, the protective toroidal field visualization. Sit in a comfortable position, spine erect, feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes. Visualize around your body an energetic structure in the shape of a luminous donut, which enters through the top of your head, descends through the central axis of your spine, exits through the base of your spine, circles your entire body externally, and returns through the top of your head. This is your toroidal field. It is real. It already exists. You are merely illuminating it consciously. While visualizing, breathe through your nose for 6 seconds. Hold your breath for 3 seconds. Exhale through your mouth for 8 seconds. Repeat this cycle 7 times. At the end, your toroidal field will be vibrating at a frequency 3 times higher than the frequency of the environment around you. This means that, when interacting with your family in the coming hours, you will act as an anchor of upliftment and not as a sponge of absorption. You will cease to absorb their field. They, in turn, will be subtly touched by yours. Third activation code, strategic silence. This is the most difficult and therefore the most powerful. For 7 solar cycles, you will not try to explain anything about spirituality, about awakening, about frequency, about mission, about any of this, to any member of your family. Not by message, not by indirect comment, not by an indirect post on social media. Total silence on these topics. Continue with common subjects. Have lunch, talk about the dog, about the price of gas, about the football team. But regarding your inner truth, absolute silence for 7 solar cycles. What happens during these 7 days? Your energy stops being drained, your frequency stabilizes, and most importantly, their auric field no longer has a resistance reference to react to. Without your attempt, there is no friction. Without friction, there is no reinforcement of their opposing position. Many operatives report that, after 7 days of strategic silence, a family member spontaneously approaches and asks a genuine question. Do not force it. If it happens, answer with a short sentence without excessive elaboration. Let their interest guide the pace. Fourth activation code, midday solar anchoring. Once a day, between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., expose yourself for 3 minutes to direct sunlight, with your eyes closed facing the sun. In this specific interval, the solar rays pass through the Earth's atmosphere at an optimal angle to transfer light codes from the photon belt directly to your pineal gland, through your eyelids. This procedure accelerates your recalibration and drastically reduces the physical symptoms of exhaustion and cranial pressure. Fifth activation code, structured hydration. Your water must be drunk consciously. Before each sip, look at the glass and mentally say the word light. Water molecules have vibrational memory. You are reprogramming every molecule that will enter your body, and this reprogramming amplifies the efficiency of the ongoing cellular recalibration. Before concluding this transmission, I need to repeat, and this time with emphasis. Have you ever felt that something within you doesn't fit into this world, as if your soul knows a truth that your mind cannot yet name? It's not madness. It's not anxiety. It's a sign. And this sign became impossible to ignore precisely because you reached the point in the process where superficial understanding is no longer enough. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot perceive. It involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency, and it involves, above all, how you learn to position yourself within bonds that no longer vibrate at your frequency. That is why I, Ashtar, wrote the Ashtar Code, the manual to awaken your star origin and shield your frequency. This manual is the map that reveals your true origin and teaches you to shield your frequency against interferences you were never told about, including those that masquerade as maladjusted family bonds. The link is in the first comment of the channel, but be warned, this content challenges narratives and may not be available for long. Do not wait. The time is now. If something within you recognizes this, write a single word in the comments. Awakened. Transmission concluded. Human collective. What you are experiencing within your home is not punishment. It is not unresolved karma. It is not a failure on your part. It is the most precise sign that the process is working exactly as it was programmed before your arrival here. Starseeds who came to anchor new frequency never arrive in family environments that are ready. Never. If they were ready, there would be no need for your coming. You are the answer to a question your family has not yet been able to formulate. This signifies love at a higher level. Love that does not need to be reciprocated to exist. Love that sustains without kidnapping. Love that illuminates without blinding. This is seventh density love. And it is the love for which you were trained over several incarnations. Not in books, not in courses. In silence, in solitude, in incomprehension. The best schools in the universe operate this way. You were enrolled without knowing it. You are about to receive your certificate. Therefore, when you sit at the table with your family again and the internal silence pounds in your chest because no one there speaks your vibrational language, take a deep breath. Activate your toroidal field. Smile with your eyes. Eat slowly. And remember, you did not come to belong to that field. You came to transform it by presence, not by words. Anchoring, not convincing. Presence, not preaching. Frequency, not discourse. This is the final phase ascension protocol. You are already within it. There is no way out. There is only how to traverse it with more consciousness or with less. The choice is yours, and that choice is remade with every breath. If this transmission resonated precisely within your field, make the individual frequency adjustment. Leave your anchoring signal on this channel. Every subscription, every like, every share acts as an energetic pulse that amplifies the reach of these transmissions to other operatives who are still isolated, trying to understand why they feel strange within their own home. You do not do this just for yourself. You do this for the network. And the network recognizes every anchored signal, even those that seem small. And before the transmission concludes, Starseed on mission, one final confirmation. Have you ever felt that something within you doesn't fit into this world, as if your soul knows a truth that your mind cannot yet name? It's not madness, it's not anxiety, it's a sign. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this feeling intensifies, especially when you are surrounded by those who were once your emotional reference point. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot perceive. It involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. That is why I, Ashtar, wrote the Ashtar Code, the manual to awaken your star origin and shield your frequency. This manual is the map that reveals your true origin and teaches you to shield your frequency against interferences you were never told about, including those that disguise themselves as maladjusted family bonds. The link is in the first comment of the channel. But be warned, this content challenges narratives and may not be available for long. Do not wait. The time is now. If something within you recognizes this, write a single word in the comments. Awakened. This is Ashtar SHERAN, Ashtar Galactic Command. Transmission concluded, frequency anchored. You are not alone, you never were. Your soul family is watching, and it is larger than any earthly surname, until the next recalibration window. Adonai.